It's after 6 o'clock now. Errigal's just up above us there somewhere. Don't know. We've seen this wee church from Errigal anyway. And I want to know where the Poisoned Glen is. The Poisoned Glen is down this road. So it's not far from Errigal. So it must be up that. Oh, he's got a shortcut. On this way. So we don't want no campers here in the grounds at night time. No. Oh, there's a wee sign there. Parish or whatever. Gwador. Oh, I know that name because you hear it in Highland Radio. So this is Gwador. Very narrow wee road, like it's a wee windy road. Quite a few wee houses on. The only guy tell me about this here. There's a near and far. Never heard tell of a near and far before. So it must be quite a large area. So I typed in the near because it was the near one. And here we are. Where are we now? James Smith Russell had the church built as a memorial to her husband, James Russell, landlord of Dunlewey estate, who died on the 2nd September 1848. So it's not that old, is it? He died then, the church was built after. James Russell was laid to rest in a vault under the church floor. The church was consecrated on the 1st of September 1853 as a chapel of ease to Tully, I'm not good with names, Tully Begley, Tulloch, I don't know, was the parish consisting of the present day Gwador and Clonelly parish. The church is built of white marble and blue quartzite, which was quarried locally. The supply of marble in the nearby quarry is now being depleted, so no point in trying to get the fireplace. They used the last of it on here. The red brick in the arches of the windows was produced locally. Remnants of the brick field are still visible near whatever the name of the place is, which is the level when the level of the lake is lowered. So whenever that lake is low down, you see where the bricks was made. A 2-storey rectory was built in the nearby glebe. This field, part of the Dunlewey estate, is now forested. James Henry Bohr was the only full-time rector ever to reside in the rectory. He was nominated by Jane Russell on the 6th of September 1856. He later was installed as rector of whatever that other place, right? It's all names. If you live in Donegal, you need a book of names to tell you. You don't read about Tim and Bob and Jack and Jill. It's names. Everything's names. The church is at the present under the curacy, or whatever it is. I'm useless at reading. Of the combined parish of Gwador, Temple Croney and Carrickfinn. I've got Carrickfinn. Buried in the large communal grave is Dr. Fraser Bradley, D. March 1877. His wife Fanny D. December 1900, who was a daughter of James and Jane Russell. Lena! Hold on, Lena! There are a couple of locals. Money! Lena! Stay outside. Lena, stay outside. Hi there. Also 4 of the 10 children died at a young age and are buried with their parents in the grave. Jane Russell, D. February. What are these people? I thought they were going to get the story, say who they were. Have I missed something? Also interned in the surrounding graveyard is Richard Lewis Cragshaw, owner of Dunlewey estate, who died 29th November 1929. His wife Nellie, who died in 1946. So she died pretty. I wonder was her church in 1946. Is buried in the graveyard of the local Roman Catholic. Who died in 1946 is buried in the graveyard of the local Roman Catholic chapel. Her grave faces this church on her husband's grave. So he must have been Protestant, she was Catholic. With the decline of the Dunlewey estate, the potential congregation diminished and the church was not in regular use. The expense of upkeep and the passage of time added to the deterioration of the church. In 1955, the roof was removed. That's often said about a Listen House, take the roofs off them. The lid and the buildings fell down, the roofs collapsed and ripped all the walls down. If you're going to make it a ruin, pick the roof off, and it can lie as a ruin. The expensive upgrade of the passage time added to the church. In 1955 the roof was removed as a safety measure. Its furniture and fittings were distributed to other churches within the Diocese of Donegal. The bell is now installed in Cashel Church of Ireland near Donegal Castle. In 1987 the local community restored the floor. In 2005, half a century after the unroofing, with grant aid from the Programme of Peace and Reconciliation, work was undertaken to ensure the beautiful and historic landmark is preserved for future generations. In cooperation with whatever that is, and FAS, the surrounding wall was subject to repair and conservation work. Considerable funds were raised through the generosity of the local community in the form of sponsored walks. It is hoped that all visitors will benefit from their visit to the scenic site, enjoying the views and the return home with peaceful memories. The council must be paying for the floodlights. Funny the door been around the other side, isn't it? It must be to do the north, south, east and west angles and all that. Some of them stones look a bit loose now, you know, like the part needs done. See the frost gets in there. Frost gets between them stones there, so soon dislodge them. It's quite a few wee bits of parting. It needs a wee touch up here and there. It's good condition now, but sure go. Some of them gaps are getting big. The ice will just push them apart. Anytime you see events like that, that's usually the floor line. We'll see when we go inside. I reckon the floor must be, that seems pretty high up. So it can't be, it seems high up, but normally they put the events under the floor, don't you, stop the floor rotting. So see what height the floor is when we go on. No picking up bones now. Look, that's a wee bench there. They need one of them up in the Errigal, so they do. Not enough of benches in Errigal. Well, one's getting married and one's getting everybody in this graveyard here. Going through that door there. Often Monday you see graves in the old churches. They would have scratched, if they were wealthy enough and had shoes, they would have scratched it in them rails there. The poor folk with their bare feet wouldn't have scratched much. Luna! Look at the wee steps there, look. Be nice to get up that, wouldn't it? That wee padlocks, well padlocked there. You don't know, you have to check them because sometimes they're not locked. That last one down at the, can't remember what you call the place now. Do you know what? But I think the stairs only go up as far as there. They must use the wee ladder to get any higher. So probably a boy would have pulled the rope on that wee floor, and up the very top was the actual bell. They probably just had a wee trap door and a straight ladder doing the last wee bit. No, man, I see history. History in here, pet. So somebody's buried under the floor here. There's no sign of his grave. They fixed the floor up at a certain time. There we are, events from outside, you don't see them. I would say that was the event there. See that wee brick there? So that's the height of your floor there. The plaster met the floor, so them air bricks are underneath the floor. So the actual height they would have stood would be up here. Oh, look at that there, look. That's the air vent there. See that there, double vented. That'd be helped, I don't know, condensation, wouldn't it? So the air vent was on the floor and in the church as well. They must have had the flaps. I haven't noticed that before then. There are big battens of wood in there, so that was wood paneling here. There was plaster there. They must have had wood around there sometime. I don't know, innit? Would that be all the rows of the pews there? One row of pews, second row of pews, third row, fourth row, fifth row. Boys would have sat here, wee pew, banging the knees against the wall in front. There's the pulpit was over here. So the minister would have sat the wee pulpit up there. There's the steps. That's the stairs went up the wee pulpit. He'd been up here. He'd been up here with his wee gown on him, you know, doing his wee, you know, shaking the wee bits and pieces and what you have to do, like fixing things, moving things from that end of the table to that end of the table and all the rest, and the wee cross, and he'd come down looking at all the stunners, like, and come down here, this big drum, and they're all singing and all this. And they had a pipe organ, you know, and he came whacking up here then, and basically told them, it's not Presbyterian, so they mightn't all been going to hell. All Presbyterians are going to hell unless they're saved again, like, they're doomed. But this is built in memory, so the person who built it, she had money. She would have had her own special pew over there. See that big gap? See that big gap there? There's no plaster. That was probably her pew side on. Because all these ones with the money, they had to be seen by the congregation as much as the minister. So the woman, her husband died or whatever, they would have sat here. Oh, a big swanky pew over here for them. They could see the minister straight on, like. Look at the view they have. That's why you got boxes and on theatres. You got these big boxes, private boxes. It wasn't for the better view. It's because if you had money, you had to be seen. Now that wall is the same there now. Flats as that. So maybe they didn't. Maybe they just had the front pew then, bigger pews there. I don't know now. I don't know. So is that the marble there, is it? Came from the quarry, they can't be got no more. Why'd they stick it in there? It doesn't show. Wee things up the side, whatever it's going to be. There's not much else to see as far as there's no dates or nothing like that. It would have been cold, wouldn't it? A wooden floor, but a wooden floor. That wouldn't have been as cold. There's something else over there. I know the wee Baptist thing was over there, the holy water. There's something else in that corner. Something else sitting over here. People who go to church all the time probably know what was in there. You'd no wee room to sneak off under. Some of these churches, the clergyman can sneak off on their wee room, wee fireplace and all that. He hasn't got that here. It's definitely a nice view, you walk out the door like. But back in them days, we just thought that was a nice view. We just thought it was cold. Oh, that there, look. That's built for a reason there. A wee hole in the slit. What would be in there? What about there? I've done something there. That's no accident. Wouldn't have a clue. It was built on. There's a timber there now. You had to bang timber and you probably a skirting board and all would have been on there then. That's the floor level. So that is the actual level of the floor. So we're standing here now on a stone step. The actual floor is higher up. Only one boot scraper. Suppose there wasn't a crowd coming to Protestant church, you see. Even back then you wouldn't have had a pair of them. One boot scraper was enough. If that church was built in the town, that could still be being used today. It's not that old. That's an unusual stone, isn't it? More wee benches. This Poisoned, getting on now. Where's this Poisoned Glen? Must be just over here. There's a wee gate there. That wee gate goes to your boy's house, the manse. Some of these manses could be bigger than the church at some of these places. Hard to know, isn't it? That's a shortcut for some folk. Lena, Mum, we need to go now. Find this Poisoned Glen. You find any bones? There's a rabbit poo around here. It's probably eating the rabbit poo. The only thing I will say about this part of the country is there's no English on the signs. It's Gaelic only. But what I've noticed, just before you get to the Gaelic only, you have English signs. Where the English signs first start, they put white tape over them, blocking off the English. And before you get to the signs, it's blocked off the white tape. Somebody's put a spray can, put an X through some of the signs. So where we are right now is Gaelic only signs. It's not that big of an area really. Once you go maybe 5 miles out, then you're going to get English and Irish, but the side English has been tipped over. But I will use sat navs now anyway. The Poisoned Glen is signposted in English. That's one of the old brown signs. But I think it's a thing the government started to do. They did a certain region where they Gaelic only. But the locals mustn't think the region's big enough. And they're taking English away from some of the other ones. Hopefully that's a wee glen up in there, you know. I don't want to travel much further, it's getting late. That wee latch is not too old there. Come on now, honey. Are you walking to the Poisoned Glen, are you? No. Oh, there's a fancy wee seat over there. Remember somebody? Hold on. Probably somebody's ashes. A wee marble seat. Check what time it is now. It's getting late. It's cold, I know that. It's cold. Tells me, you see, you spend a day like this and you find things, you go from place to place. What, 49 miles from home, like. Driving home in the dark. That's what's handy to carry cam. It's 7:15 now.